our conversations are proudly powered by Zaba. So if you want to invest in bonds and securities, Zaba says all you need to do is invest with them. What you need is your mobile phone, your national ID number, and you can reach out to Zaba. Just dial *292#. And for the prompts, you can learn about the product. You could go straight to the bonds, their maturity periods, and of course, the investment is 15,000 Ghana shillings. That's the lowest you can go for. So choose to invest that or more, depending on how much you want your return on investments to be like. Well, they're operational from Monday to Friday. Today is Tuesday, from 8:15 a.m. till 3:15 p.m. 6 working hours. So please, there's no need to hustle. Need your mobile phone, get it. Whether you have a button phone, whether you have a smartphone, whether you have an Android or an Apple phone, it doesn't matter. Zaba says, my money, my future. And of course, they are powered by Otex East Africa, telling you to do something new. Well, of course, good morning, Godwin. How are you this beautiful morning? How do you feel? We are ending the month. I just feel like this month, I didn't understand it very well.
This month flew by really, really quickly. I think for me, it flew by, because remember we started the month. First of all, morning. Good morning, Mercy, and good morning to all our Smart Means Business viewers. I hope you all are well rested. For all of us that are watching from Botswana, from Rwanda, from Kenya, on DSTV, we see the messages and we feel the support. Keep on tuning in, because we have really interesting topics. Yes, Mercy, first of all, how do I feel about this October so far? Well, I feel like it's moved by quickly, relatively, and maybe because I started it off working. I went to the Uma Showground. Remember, we started that month. There was Independence. You know, when there's at least a public holiday in a month, the month sorts of moves all around again, all right? So even the Uma Showground was a little distraction for me. I was able to have like a little home away from home, work away from work, while seeing a lot of other investors do their thing. So for me, I loved the month of October so far. It's moved, but it doesn't put me like under so much. You get stress. Okay. I do not like stressful months. But we are at the end of the month.
Well, of course, and this month actually we've been so it has been the Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Yes.
And therefore, on that note, we went on ground to capture a few things in what they had to say on cybersecurity. If we could have that running, so that we could have a feel on the last final remarks on how it ended up right there for cybersecurity. So in case they're going to be giving information just in this this upcoming clip that we're going to show you, discussing cybersecurity, how we need to guard our data, get your data protected, the different hacks that are coming in, banks, who knows your phone, who knows your laptop, your email. So definitely you have to be aware of these attacks. Let's get into this. Cybersecurity it is.
In relation to cybersecurity, the ministry is responsible for the development of the relevant policy and legal frameworks for security in Uganda. We have legal frameworks like the Misuse of Internet Act. I believe you all looked at that. The Digital Signature Act. All those are some of the policies that are being enacted. It also provides support towards the development of the relevant legislations for the IC sector and overall oversight for the IC sector, including cybersecurity. So the ministry is responsible for the evaluation of the national cybersecurity strategy. The ministry has already designed a strategy. Actually, the draft was developed in August 2021. It is just pending approval from the Parliament. Now, Uganda Vision 2040 emphasizes the importance of digital transformation in Uganda society and underscores the need for Uganda to reorient itself to make ICT as the main driver of economic growth.
It creates an alternative concept to the way we secure ourselves. For a very long time, we have thought security is buy firewalls, buy routers, put up antiviruses. If you're slightly more advanced, maybe conduct penetration tests and vulnerability assessments, but that was just about it. But now we're saying over and above that, can institutions, after you have done all your necessary controls, have the freedom to invite hackers to assess your infrastructure within a guided environment? Okay? It's a very sensitive KP, but we believe that we must reach a state where we are facing these threats head-on and we're building the controls.
The cybersecurity awareness campaign presents a big step for us in terms of building the right security culture within the country. We all agree that cybersecurity is a demand that is now upon us and we can no longer wish it away. The advancements in technology, our involvement, our integration of technology across all the various sectors of our economy presents a significant demand on us and responsibility on us to secure that infrastructure.
Well, of course, that is it for the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And of course, as you've had it, you have to be really, really cautious and secure of your surroundings, of your data, and please, we always say this and we predict what is going to happen. So very soon, we're going to see things like this happening, cyber attacks. Well, we've been seeing them. It's just that we need to get people to be aware of such instances, that they are real and anything could happen to you. But anyway, diving deep into our conversation of today, Kenya actually is set to lift visa requirements for all Africans. Can you imagine? So you'll be entering, whether you're from South Africa, whether you're from Botswana, whether you're from where, just be entering like in Kenya. Like, how this is going to improve trade?
It's going to be huge. I mean, this is a conversation that we're going to continue to have all the way today, but it's a fascinating conversation regarding what this means for the economy for Kenya, what this means for East Africa, and obviously Africa and the world at large, because obviously it's going to bolster the economic integration for all these countries. They're all going to be able to come in without having to pay visa fees, and as we know, for the past, I know for East Africa, I don't know if for East Africa, really, the visa ban wasn't as big of a change, but it's going to be significant for the other countries surrounding us, like Botswana, like South Africa, right? South Africa. A lot of these countries are definitely going to have more bolstered trade for Kenya. So this means a lot for Kenya. So we're seeing some of the advantages, of course, of lifting the requirements. Kenya is a significant step, as according to the article. It's a significant step towards promoting regional integration. So we see that's going to promote a lot of integration between the different regions.
From the beginning of year, actually, even towards the end of last year, Dr. William Ruto has actually been advocating for integration, and it's good that he's leading by example. Yeah,
he is. I mean, we talked about, and before you know it, I wouldn't be surprised that Samia will also be perfecting this very move, because we talked about how she's been because it's supposed to be an identifier for people. We're seeing in the Daily Monitor as well that US to continue paying for AIDS drugs. So we see that new U.S. ambassador to Uganda, William Pope, says the support to people living with HIV/AIDS will continue, even when his government has major concerns with the anti-homosexuality law that came into force in May. As you know, the U.S. had threatened to pull back that support and layers because of the anti-gay bill that was introduced here. However, the representative from the U.S. is saying they will not stop issuing the HIV and AIDS drugs.
Of course, they won't, because at the end of the day...
Because that's a health concern. It's not even a political concern. That's a human right for people. People are living with this disease and they need that treatment.
I mean, actually, you see, when it comes to that...
To be like a human rights violation.
Actually, it was a choice. It's not like it may be the punishment were the heavy ones, but then it was a choice at the end of the day. We're like, we don't want to do with this. It's our choice. It was our choice. But then that...
In 2021, which helps me because I have more time. It's till 2028. When I'll renew again, because listen, the whole process of standing in line, and hopefully by then they'll have better systems that are able to quicken and hasten this process, hasten it.
Yeah, well, interesting right here, Uganda, China signed digital pact.
Okay.
Well, Uganda and China have agreed to cooperate in consummating the gains that come with optimal utilization of information and communications technology, ICT. Now, the two countries henceforth signed a memorandum of understanding that is expected to enable them boost digital cooperation and create job opportunities in the fast-growing sector, ICT sector. Now, the Minister of ICT and National Guidance signed on behalf of Uganda, while Jin, that name is so hard, my goodness. The Chinese Minister of Industry and Information Technology also signed. Now, the pact was penned on the sidelines of the China-Africa Digital Capacity Building Cooperation Forum, which was held in Beijing on the 19th of October. So quite amazing. We could have a lot we could learn from China.
No, I love this ICT pack, and they talk about consummating it, making it move forward, and let's see what it births. Right? They talk about consummation.
You see, in 2021, the market was projected to reach 8.1 trillion, representing 55% of China's GDP. That is what the IT, the sector. How much?
I mean,
55%.
if we've not talked about it before to other people out there, some of the fields that should be focused on is IT, upskilling in IT skills, because that's the future. Everything is digital. We're talking about cybersecurity. We're talking about cyber insurance. Again, we're now talking about IT
Imagine
consistently.
a single sector
and AI
contributing
systems.
55%.
Because guess what? The world has shifted to everything is digital, everything is cashless. So unfortunately or fortunately, we all have to adapt. So you cannot sit somewhere. Your granny cannot sit somewhere. You know, my grandmother does YouTube videos.
Really?
So she's really very internet savvy. You cannot sit somewhere and say, Daddy, I can't use internet, let Mercy help me. We're going to move into a world where everybody has to be internet savvy or computer savvy, at least the basics. So we see all set for 2023 CSO convention. We see that more than 200 civil society organizations are expected to participate in this event, and more of that is going to come after the traffic update.
Well, right about now we are one day care for those Macquarie students. That is your place. So definitely, if you are coming in from the city center, if you're coming from Nakasero, they usually do Nakasero, then they hit that when they're going to Bombo Road, all that way.
Oh, that's the road. So that's the Wandegea Road. Is it typically this heavy in the morning? It's just only 7:22. This road is quite busy because I believe people come
from that side, Chikasuri,
Nankulabi, Mengo, Rubaga, some are turning in from there. Yes, you're right. There's a lot of people coming into that side, and there's also a lot of shops along that road. It also leads away to Ginger Road. Ginger Road is one of the most busiest places in Uganda because a lot of business and a lot of offices along those roads.
People coming in from Bombo like that side.
So yes, they all bleed into this road. So it's not a surprise that it's already packed in the morning. So you can see the jam is moving slightly. But also when I came in the morning, there's an area that I saw that was so packed. I was thinking, why is everyone rushing? It's only 6 in the morning. Then I was like, I remembered your voice, and I remembered, yes, it's 31st of October, and because it's the 31st, people are rushing in to make sure they get their last pay. And why do Ugandans work so last minute? Last minute is when we remember to hand in our assignments.
I mean, because that is when you realize, oh my goodness, wow, if I don't do this,
they can use that as an excuse. You didn't show up, so might as well not pay.
So, definitely.
My God, being an employer must be so beautiful because we able to make those decisions without worrying.
So that is it. So if we could have the camera maybe pan so that we could look at
we
the
could
other.
pan out just a little bit. As you can see, it's been almost 2 minutes, and that those cars have not been released yet. Shows you the type of time that they are on. Because if they're not released them in over 2 minutes, that means the jam is heavy.
Taxis are coming in from the city center going to pick because usually some of them are free. Some of them are free. You see now, Makerere. You see how the traffic is a lot.
Right. So now Kolari Road, we can see that that's heavy. That place is already so packed. Remember,
look at the cars. Look at the cars.
People are coming in from Chikoni. Borders are coming in from Chikoni, from Makerere, from Rubaga. Now Kulabe, Bombo, Mengo, Bulange, Bulenga. So all those people are bleeding into this place just to get to work. Do you know, it begs the question, we need to have more offices outside of town.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
you know what I mean? We can't keep having everything in Kampala.
Just imagine we work from Nankulabi or you work from that side. It's easier like
or working from Chisasi. Most people now stay in Chisasi. Imagine if your office building is in Chisasi now, right? If in Mengo or what, and yet you still, because most people stay that side of town now.
Like that side.
You wouldn't have to move all the way to town. Town would just be a place where you come in and there's shopping centers. Town should just be like a shopping arcade center. It's like
comparing someone working in Entebbe town. You realize, have you seen along Zana Road? Yeah. The traffic is insane.
Because most people stay in Entebbe but they work in town. And I believe like Entebbe is a whole different side of town. They should have people who stay there should just have offices that side. I
want to work that side, really.
It would be nice to have demarcations where people staying in areas can apply for different. That's the future, of course, dream that we'd hope for. But we're seeing also those people coming from Mulago side. The jam is slightly moving. They were stuck there, but it's now moving. If you're coming from Mulago, Ntinda, Chisasi Road, and you're using this route to Wandegea roundabout, it is starting to move slightly. However, keep note that it is 7:26. So any time now, because it's the last day of the month, it's going to get a little hefty.
Yeah, definitely. So
our borders, it's funny how our borders will compete to the cars, Once the
Just
borders will
insane.
sit in front of the car, it's crazy how we're able to manage. They say if you can drive in Kampala City, you can drive anywhere.
Anyway, yeah, true. I concur with that. I really agree. And of course, I was telling a friend if I was to have my driving lessons, and I think I'll have them in Kampala because you can freak out really. You can really freak out.
I mean, because there's a board on
Just
your
imagine
there's
your
a board
first-
on your side
Your
mirror.
first try is like using the northern bypass. Oh,
You know, and you'd rather. But now in Kampala itself, there's a border here. You're turning, it almost knocks you. You're
and you
turning
know
like
when
this.
you're a learner, you're like.
You're particular about everything. So this book can freak you out. You have 7 borders standing in
It
front
looks
of you,
like-
rushing in front of you, and you have to pause. There's a car behind you. It's a mess. So you have to be constantly having a 360 per view.
I think that is why my mom never drives in Kampala. It's like, you know, I'm going to use public means.
I probably get rich enough to just have drivers. Just drivers everywhere.
No, the reach a point where you have to. What if you fall sick? You know?
Then
Use
you
a
drive. You get someone else. Use a border. They won't fall sick. You'll make enough money.
Well, that is it for traffic updates right there. And of course, if you're coming in if you're coming in from Mulago, if you're coming in from Tina Chisasi, just know the traffic is not that much. It's moving. I think there's a traffic officer. If there's a traffic officer, there is order.
Look at that car. You see how that car has been surrounded by borders.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, you're competing with the borders surrounding you.
Yeah.
Very interesting road.
Well, that brings us to the end of traffic updates. Just in case you just tuned in, that was it. My name is Vanessa Kitsimbe, and I'm joined with Godwin Batuma Chene. So soon enough, he'll be telling us which of the two he actually, the blood is strongest. Anyway, of course, our conversations are proudly powered by Zabo. So if you want to invest, you're looking for to invest your money, or you have your coins, you're wondering, okay, so invest with Zabo. All you need is a mobile phone and NIN number, and reach out to Zabo, dial *292#. And for the prompts, you can learn about the product. You could go straight to the bonds themselves, the maturity period. So learning is really free with Zabo. But investment is as low as 15,000 Uganda shillings. So invest that over. So if you invest 15,000 shillings, really. So you could invest more than 15,000 shillings. You could invest 50,000, 200 million. But they're always operational from Monday to Friday. And today being a Tuesday, just a few minutes